hub of knowledge. Study
Good
start.
evening guys, I hope you all are doing well. So as you know that we have started the word map series. I have already completed the 2 parts of the word map, North America, physical features in detail. So here I come with the part 3 today. In this part, I will explain you about the Great Lakes of USA and the lakes of Canada and also some of the features which we were not able to complete in the previous videos of North America. As the continent is very big and there are so many physical features, so I have to bring this video in parts. So enjoy these parts and let's start with this video. So guys, let's read something about the Great Lakes of USA first. So Great Lakes or Great Lakes of North America are a series of interconnected freshwater lakes in the upper Mideast part of North America. So just keep it in your mind that these 5 Great Lakes of North America are the freshwater lakes and they are situated on the border of United States and Canada, which connect to the Atlantic Ocean, and these are connected to the Atlantic Ocean through the river St. Lawrence River. I will show you all the features on the map, so don't worry about it. And they comprise of Lake Erie. Actually, there is a mistake. Comprise of Lake Erie, Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and Lake Ontario. So guys, as you can see, this is the map of North American continent, and this is Canada, and this is United States of America. And I told you that this is United States of America, and this part of Alaska is also the part of USA. So we see here that this is the border of USA and Canada, and you can see it over here that these are the Great Lakes, as this is written over here. So this is Lake Superior, this is Lake Michigan, this is Lake Huron, this is Lake Erie, and this is Lake Ontario. Let me show you this in the other diagram to make your concept more clear regarding these lakes. So you can see it over here that this is Lake Superior, this is Lake Michigan, this is Lake Huron, and this is Erie, and this is Ontario. These are situated on the border of USA and Canada. You can return over here Canada and see this is United States. So the largest among these lakes is Lake Superior, and the smallest one is Lake Ontario, which lies to the east. And one more thing, that which of the following lakes lies entirely within USA? So the answer would be Michigan Lake. As you can see it over here, this is Lake Michigan, and this is the only lake out of these 5 lakes that lies entirely in USA. This lake lies entirely in USA, and it is not situated on the border of Canada and United States. You can see in this map, as this is very much visible, that this is the boundary of Canada and USA. As you can see it over here that these lies on the boundary of USA and Canada, but this lake Michigan is entirely lies in USA, so it is not on the border of USA and Canada, it lies entirely in USA. So guys, these are the lakes of North America. Superior Lake, this is Lake Michigan, this is Huron, Lake Erie, and this is the smallest one, Lake Ontario. And you can see it over here that from the west of this Lake Superior, this is Lake Superior, and from the west of this, here originates a river, that is Mississippi River, which is the longest river of North America, and it flows into this Gulf of Mexico. So it forms delta over here and flows into Gulf of Mexico, which I told you in my previous video also about Gulf of Mexico. And one more thing, that this Mississippi River lies entirely in USA and not in any other country. So keep it in mind about this Mississippi River, which originates from the west of Lake Superior, and it is a very important river of North America. Here in this map also you can see it over here that this is Lake Superior, and from here originates this Mississippi River, and it flows into Gulf of Mexico and makes delta over here. Likewise, this Lake Superior, there is also an important lake. Actually all the lakes are important, but here from Lake Ontario, there originates a river, that is St. Lawrence River, and which flows into Gulf of St. Lawrence over here, which lies in North Atlantic Ocean. So a question can come in the form that which of the river connect the Great Lakes to the North Atlantic Ocean? So the answer would be Lake Ontario. Let me show you all this in a clear map. So here you can see this is Lake Ontario. Okay, and from here originates a river, this is St. Lawrence River written over here. It originates from here and it enters into Gulf of St. Lawrence. So as you can see it over here that this is Gulf of St. Lawrence, and this St. Lawrence River drains into this gulf, that is Gulf of St. Lawrence, which is a part of Atlantic Ocean, as you can see it over here. Now one more river originates from Lake Ontario. As you can see it over here, this is Lake Ontario, and one more river originates from here, that is Hudson River, and which connects this New York City to the Great Lakes. So from Lake Ontario, you can see it over here, this is Lake Ontario, and from here originates two rivers, that is St. Lawrence River. This is St. Lawrence River, which moves to the northeast direction, and also a river that is Hudson River, which lies to the southeast direction, and this connects New York City to the Great Lakes. So you can see it over here that in spite of being the smallest lake out of the 5 freshwater lakes of North America, from here originates two rivers, St. Lawrence and Hudson River. Now let us know about the lakes of Canada, which are also important lakes. But before moving to the lakes of Canada, I'm just giving you an important concept about the latitudes and longitudes which are passing through this North American continent. As you can see it over here that I told you this is Gulf of Mexico, and from here in the between there passes the latitude of Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north. And I also told you that this is Florida Peninsula, which do not pass through Tropic of Cancer. Now you can see that this latitude, which is passing through North America and Gulf of Mexico, you can see it over here, this white portion. If this is not visible in this map, you can also open your atlas and can check in it. This is 90 degree west longitude, and it passes through Gulf of Mexico, and here you can see this is Yucatan Peninsula. It passes through Yucatan Peninsula and cuts this latitude of 23.5 degree over here in the Gulf of Mexico above Yucatan Peninsula. So these latitude and longitude are very much important to know the exact situation of a country, where a country lies as compared to these continents. So as you can see that this is 23.5 degree, this one 23.5 degree latitude, and you know that part of our country Gujarat, as you can see it over here, part of our country Gujarat, it also passes through Tropic of Cancer. That means that if you will go straight on this latitude, then we will surely reach to a country India, and in India we will first reach to Gujarat state. As you know that the Tropic of Cancer passes through 7 of the states of India, so first we will reach Gujarat. So this is the reason that these latitude and longitude are very important to know the exact situation where country lies as compared to these continents. So let us know about the lakes of Canada. As you can see over here, this is Canada, and these are the lakes. Are you able to see these lakes? So one thing we can see from here that this longitude 90 degree west. From this longitude, if we compare these, all the lakes of Canada lies to the west of this longitude of 90 degree west. And you can also see that these 5 lakes of Canada are purely in Canada, and USA has no role in it. As you can see it over here, this is Alaska, and this is USA, United States of America. So these 5 lakes of Canada lies purely in Canada. It's not the Great Lakes which lies to the border of Canada and USA. Let's see this clear map of Great Lakes of Canada. As you can see it over here that this lake, this is Great Bear Lake, and to the south of this lake here lies Great Slave Lake, and to the south of this lake lies Lake Athabasca, and here you can see this is Lake Reindeer and this is Lake Winnipeg. These are the most important 5 lakes of Canada: Great Bear Lake, Great Slave Lake, Lake Athabasca, and Reindeer Lake and Lake Winnipeg. I hope you can arrange these from the north to the south direction if any question comes in an exam. So none of the lakes lies in the border of USA and Canada, and these are purely in Canada. So guys, you can see this map. Here lies Great Bear Lake, this is Slave Lake, this is Athabasca, this is Reindeer, and this is Lake Winnipeg. So as you can see it over here that this is the latitude of Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north, which passes through Great Bear Lake. So this is very important that which of the latitude passes through Great Bear Lake. So 66.5 degree north, that is Arctic Circle, passes through Great Bear Lake. So guys, I hope that you have understood about the Great Lakes of North America. Now we proceed to know about some of the features of this continent. So as you can see it over here that these are the Rocky Mountains, which are situated on the western coast of North American continent, and you can see it over here that this is Lake Winnipeg. So guys, let me draw a map for you. As you can see over here that these are Rocky Mountains, and from here originates a river, that is Saskatchewan River. As you can see over here that this is Saskatchewan River and it flows into the Lake Winnipeg. As we have read that Lake Winnipeg lies in Canada. So this is Lake Winnipeg and this is Saskatchewan River which originates from the Rocky Mountains and drains into Lake Winnipeg which lies in Canada. And this river is east flowing river, please remember it. East flowing river. Now you can see this. As you can see that these are the Rocky Mountains. And from here originates a river that is Saskatchewan River. This is a river and you can see it over, this is Lake Winnipeg. It drains into Lake Winnipeg and makes delta over here. And likewise there is also one more river. As you can see it over here that this is Great Slave Lake and from here originates a river that is Mackenzie River. It drains into Mackenzie Bay. Mackenzie Bay lies over here which is a part of Beaufort Sea and ultimately Beaufort Sea is a part of Arctic Ocean. And this Mackenzie River is the longest river of Canada which originates from the Great Slave Lake. As you can see in this map, this is Great Slave Lake written over here and from here originates a river that is Mackenzie River. This is Mackenzie River and this is Mackenzie Bay which is a part of Beaufort Sea and ultimately which is a part of Arctic Ocean. Here you can also see this Mackenzie River. This is the photograph of this map I have taken from Oxford Atlas. As you can see it over here that this is Great Slave Lake and from here originates a river that is Mackenzie River and this is Mackenzie Bay. And this is part of Beaufort Sea and ultimately it is a part of Arctic Ocean. Now let us consider some of the rivers which are the left and right bank tributaries of Mississippi River which is the longest river of North America. So let's see here, as you see that this is Superior Lake, this is Michigan, this is Huron, Erie and Ontario. So I told you that from the west of the Superior Lake originates a river that is Mississippi River and which drains into Gulf of Mexico. Now as you know that here on the western coast of North America there are Rocky Mountains and from here originates a river that is Missouri River which is the right bank tributary of this Mississippi River. So from here originates a river, Missouri River and it is the right bank tributary of Mississippi River. Now let us consider the left bank tributary of this Mississippi River. This is Ohio River which originates from a mountains that is Allegheny Mountains. As you can see it over here, these are Allegheny Mountains. I will show you in the map also, but right now I am drawing this. And from here originates a river that is Ohio River, which is the left bank tributary of this Mississippi River. So it is the west flowing river, just consider this, and it meets Mississippi River to the south of Missouri. Okay, and then Mississippi River drains into Gulf of Mexico. So guys, let me show you these features in this map also. As you can see it over here that this is Lake Superior and from here somewhat originates a river that is Mississippi River and it flows into this Gulf of Mexico. And here on the western side over here lies Rocky Mountains and from here originates a river that is Missouri River. As you can see it over here and it drains into this Mississippi River as a right bank tributary of it. And here somewhat lies Allegheny Mountains. From here originates a river that is Ohio River, which is the left bank tributary of Mississippi River and it joins Mississippi on the south of this Missouri River. And after combining, they together flows into Gulf of Mexico. Now guys, as you know that these are Rocky Mountains and you can see it over here, this is Colorado Plateau. It is a part of Rocky Mountain. So from Colorado Plateau there originates a river that is River Colorado and it enters into this Gulf of California. I told you in my previous video also that this is Gulf of California which is a part of Pacific Ocean. So ultimately it drains into Pacific Ocean and I told you this also that this part is California, Lower California. Let me show you another map also. As you can see this is Colorado River which is originating from Colorado Plateau and it drains into over here. This is Gulf of California which is a part of Pacific Ocean. And here you can see this part is Lower California. And here lies a desert that is Mojave Desert. I will show you another map also. So this is Mojave Desert. And one more most beautiful feature of this Colorado River is that it makes Grand Canyon over here. This is Grand Canyon in Arizona. This Grand Canyon is one of the world's natural wonders, which is carved by this Colorado River. So I just show you this Grand Canyon. So this is the picture of this Grand Canyon, which is colorful, and this is the most beautiful natural wonder of the world. So here in this map you can see that this is Colorado Plateau, and from here originates a river, that is Colorado River, which drains into Gulf of California. Okay, and here you can see this is Mojave Desert, and you can see that here this is Grand Canyon. So guys, let's see some of the mountain ranges of this North America. As you can see it over here that these are the Rocky Mountains. To the extreme western sides of North American continent, here lies Coast Ranges, also known as Pacific Coast Ranges, and here this is Cascade Range, and here you can see this is Sierra Nevada Range. Again, I am urging you people to open your atlases so that you can mark these ranges in your atlas, and it will be very much clear and very much easy to revise these things. Now let us see the highest peak of North American continent. So if we see the highest peak of North American continent, we see it in this Alaska range. As I told you that this is Alaska and this is also the part of United States of America, and here lies the highest peak of North America, that is Mount McKinley. As you can see it over here, this is Mount McKinley. And also the second highest peak of North America is Mount Logan. As you can see it over here, this is Mount Logan, and it is the part of Coast Range. As you can see it over here, this is Coast Range, or also known by the name Pacific Coast Range. Mount Logan lies over here, and it is the second highest peak of North America. And one more thing I want to make it clear to you that as you know that these are the Rocky Mountains, which lies to the east of these ranges. As I have told you that this is Coast Range, this is Cascade Range, and this is Sierra Nevada. So Rocky Mountains lies to the east of these ranges. And one more important thing is that these collective ranges are known as Western Cordillera. So I hope this is clear to you, but I am also making it a rough map so that you may get the clear view of this. As you can see it over here that these are the Rocky Mountains, these are Pacific Coast Ranges, these are Cascade Ranges, and these are Sierra Nevada. And on the top of it here lies Alaska Mountains. So I told you Mount McKinley lies over here, which is the highest peak of North America. Mount Logan lies over here, which is the second highest peak of North America and lies in these Pacific Coast Ranges. This is Mount McKinley, and this one is Mount Logan, lies in Pacific Coast Range. Here you can see this is Cascade Range, and this is Sierra Nevada. And as I told you that the collective mountain ranges are known as Western Cordillera. So these four mountain ranges, as you can see, the Rocky Mountains, Pacific Coast Range, Cascade Range, and Sierra Nevada are a part of Western Cordillera. So these four mountain ranges are collectively known as Western Cordillera. And if you remember, I told you that Saskatchewan River originates from the Rocky Mountains and drains into Lake Winnipeg in Canada. And to the south of it originates a river from the Rocky Mountains, and that is Missouri River, which is the right bank tributary of Mississippi River. And in the south direction from Colorado Plateau, lies over here somewhat. This is Colorado Plateau. So from here originates a river, that is Colorado River, which drains into Gulf of California. And one more thing I want to tell you that this is Columbia Plateau, and from Rocky Mountains originates a river, that is Columbia River, which also passes through Columbia Plateau and then cut across the Cascade Ranges and drains into Pacific Ocean. This is Columbia River, and this Columbia Plateau is also known by the name Columbia Snake Belt. And from here passes the river Columbia River, and which passes through Cascade Ranges and drains into Pacific Ocean. And also there are the two mountain ranges which lie in Mexico. So this and this one. The name of this mountain range which lies to the east is Sierra Madre Oriental, and the mountain range which lies to the west is Sierra Madre Occidental. Let me show you the original map. So guys, you can see over here, these are the Rocky Mountains as I show you earlier also. These are coast ranges. These are Cascade Ranges, these are Sierra Nevada, and collectively they are known as Western Cordillera. And you can see it over here in Mexico, this is Sierra Madre Oriental, and this one lies to the west, Sierra Madre Occidental. So and you can see it over, this is Mexican Plateau. So these are the two mountain ranges which lies in Mexico. And here you can see this is Colorado Plateau, and this is Great Canyon. And over here you can see this is Columbia Plateau, from where passes this Columbia River and drains into Pacific Ocean. So guys, this was for today. I hope you are getting the things clear, and you will become more clear when you will practice them yourself in the blank maps. So guys, if you are liking my video, please like it, comment on it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Have a great day.